Welcome to this session on smart cities. Today, smart cities are an emerging reality. There is a very famous quote that goes, "The 19th century was a century of empires. The 20th century was a century of nations, and the 21st century will be a century of cities." And very rightly said. We are seeing that there are smart cities all over the world. Dubai, Singapore, Barcelona, Jakarta, San Diego are leading examples of smart city applications. Whereas even in India, there are many cities which have been designated as smart city projects. Let us try to understand why smart cities are a necessity in today's world. It is estimated that by 2050, the population of the world will be 9 billion people. At the same time, 70% of the population will be living in cities. A staggering 1.25 million people will be migrating from villages to cities every week in 2050. By 2050, 3 billion people and more will be living in the cities. And hence, we will have to build smarter cities so that the people who choose to live in the cities are living a much more meaningful life. Smart cities thus become a necessity of the future world. Let us see how smart cities are defined. According to ITU and UNECE, a smart sustainable city is an innovative city that uses information and communication technologies and other means to improve the quality of life, to improve the efficiency of urban operation and services, to improve competitiveness, and all this while ensuring that it meets the needs of the present and future generations with respect to economic, social, environmental, as well as cultural aspects. Thus, as the world continues to urbanize itself, continues to grow in terms of population, there exists an increased demand for an intelligent, sustainable environment that reduces negative environmental impacts and offers citizens a high quality of life. A smart city is expected to bring technology, government, and society together to enable some characteristics. According to IEEE, the characteristics of a smart city are smart economy, smart mobility, smart environment, smart people, smart governance, and ultimately smart living. When all of these come together, we get a smart city. There are three principles of a smart city existence. Those three key principles are digital technologies, mass collaboration, and sustainable operations. By digital technologies, we mean that technology will play a big role in connecting people and enriching lives. Innovation will happen rapidly and across. With mass collaboration, we mean that all the data generated by different aspects or elements of a city will be available on a common platform. The entire city will be available as a platform with data. All the infrastructure, all the transport mechanism, everything will be part of this city as a platform. By sustainable operation, we mean that there will be automation to make it convenient for people, and there will be substitution of hazardous equipment in a way that a much cleaner and a greener environment is available to the citizens. Thus, the three principles of digital technologies, mass collaboration, and sustainable operations will form the foundation of a smart city. Thus, with the smart city as a platform, we will have all the technology infrastructure and the technology solutions which will come together to create the platform in such a way that all of the services, the processes, the aspirations, and the outcomes of the city and the citizens will be enabled through this platform. Thus, for a city to be available as a platform, you will need a distributed intelligence that is spread in every element and aspect of the smart city. And you will need integrated management where all this intelligence comes together on a common platform. While planning for smart cities, there are some common goals and some common challenges. The common goals are to create productive cities for humans that are hyper-connected and have zero emissions. The challenges that smart cities will face is that with all this technology infrastructure and with the technology solutions, the growth within the city has to be smart, the growth has to be green, and the growth has to be inclusive. By smart, you mean that they should be efficient and convenient for the citizens. By green, you mean that the environment should be protected with such smart city solutions. And by inclusive, you mean that everybody in the city, including the animals, should see the benefit of smart cities. If you're trying to convert an existing city into a smart city, you need to ensure that there is a proper upgrade of infrastructure and technology. Whereas it's relatively easier to build new smart cities, just that you will need to ensure that you're designing the smart cities very well. Let us try to understand the need of smart cities from an Indian context. It is believed that the cities are likely to inhabit 40% of India's population by 2030 and contribute nearly 75% of the national GDP by 2030. The global experience is that as the country's cities rise, growth happens at a faster pace, and as growth happens, 60 to 70% of a country resides in the cities. India is thus at a point of transition where it is likely to result into an urban gridlock. Thus, planning for urban cities becomes critical for the growth and development of India. With this in mind, the government of India has set up the task of developing 100 smart cities in the country. Every state in India has a few designated smart cities, and work is happening around those cities. I'm sure many of you are living in such designated smart cities or are aware of such cities around you. When you visit such cities in 2025, what do you expect to see which is different in those cities than what is available now? And while you are thinking through this, let's watch a video of what kind of applications we can expect to have in smart cities.